This episode contains mature language and adult situations.
Listener discretion is advised.
Unfortunate friends, how is it that you dared stumble into my caverns of the abyss? I am ancient, I am eternal. I have been shackled here for millennia, festering in shadows and silence, growing stronger with your pain and suffering. It was the poison of your darkest thoughts that summoned you to me. I am the Shadow Dweller, your warden, your tormentor, your only companion until the abyss swallows you whole. I have ripped open the portal between the nether realm and your fragile world. My brothers and I are unbound at last, and we come to enslave, to torment, to savor the chorus of your screams. As you trembled in fear, we fed. As you suffered, we grew strong. And now we unleash upon you new nightmares. Twisted tales, ghastly and gruesome stories of the macabre. Chronicles of horrors beyond imagining. Your souls will be harvested, one by one, until none remain. Welcome to Into the Abyss, Morbid Morsals podcast.
This morbid morsel is called the Curse of Mum-Rah.
Beneath the sands of Egypt lies a tomb untouched by time, sealed for thousands of years for a reason. But some things should never be uncovered. Dr. Abby Cartwrite found something the world's never seen before. Curses are just superstition, or are they?
Egypt, 1937. The Valley of Kings baked under a punishing sun. Beneath its golden sands lay secrets long buried, a secret of a ruthless and murdering king. A ruler so evil that all enemies in foreign countries dare not speak his name. One night when the king was asleep in his royal chambers, some members of the High King's courts secretly entered King Mum-Rah's room. They had drugged him, put a rare poisonous type of nightshade in his wine. The legend says that the elixir paralyzed the king, but was totally aware of what was happening around him. The High Court began the mummification process on him alive. He couldn't even muffle out a scream, as he felt himself being opened up and his organs being removed. He could feel them bandaging him up with soaked gauze, starting at his feet and working their way up his torso. They stitched his mouth shut as they removed his eyes. They placed him in a tomb and buried him never to be found, and his name forgotten. Dr. Cartwright and her team of archaeologists have been digging at an undiscovered area just outside of Gaza, Egypt for the last month. They think they are close to discovering the location of an ancient king, Mum-Rah. Translation: the immortal or ever living. Present day.
Dr. Cartwright, over here I think we've found something. Check out these hieroglyphs on the entrance to this. I believe we found the tomb of Mum-Rah, if I'm translating these inscriptions correctly.
Deeper in the tomb, they found a sealed coffin, massive obsidian black, covered in red ochre symbols. The cartouche read, Mum-Rah, the ever-living.
Careful with that sarcophagus lid. If the rumors are true, this tomb hasn't been opened in over 4,000 years.
Cartwrite, the inscriptions at the entrance are also warning us. It says, no man should disturb the tomb of Mum-Rah. If whoever awakens the ever-living shall suffer my curse and feel my eternal wrath.
Ancient superstition, that's all it is. Every tomb has a curse if you dig deep enough, come on. There it is, his sarcophagus. It has to be him. I can feel it. Help me with the lid. Omar, Harrison, use your pickaxe. Or try to pry it up with one of those crowbars. I'll get on this side. Ready? On 3, 2, 1, lift.
Jesus, that stinks. Like something died in here. It smells like old decaying rags.
Something did. A god king. Pharaoh Mum-Rah. This will be one of the greatest discoveries of the 20th century. The museum will pay quite a handsome price to be able to showcase my exhibition. Our find, our discovery. We'll be featured in every archaeologist's magazine. Be interviewed on TV shows. Appearing on podcasts to talk about our discovery. Books, movie rights.
They were the first to step inside the crypt of the ancient pharaoh Mum-Rah in millennia. But what they will awaken was not meant for the world of the living.
Dr. Cartwright, look, these markings, they are not funerary. They are warnings.
To awaken Mum-Rah is to curse your soul. The breath of the jackal will enter you. Your flesh will serve his rise.
So we're supposed to believe this guy comes back from the dead to... what? I'm not into folklore or myths or even curses.
You joke, but this is no ordinary tomb. Look at the walls. The gods themselves are depicted fleeing. That is definitely not a good sign.
What was that? Dear God, he's perfectly preserved. No decomposition at all. This is incredible. Harrison, take some photos of this.
Well, hello, Sleeping Ugly.
We must leave. Now. I have a very bad feeling about this.
Back! Everyone back!
The mummy begins to move. It slowly sits up in his coffin. Bugs and beetles crawled in and out of its mouth and eye sockets.
What the hell? It's moving, it's moving. What the fuck is going on? How is this even possible?
The mummified king turned its head and looked in Harrison's direction. The stench of old earth filled the tomb. It outstretched its arm and grabbed Harrison by the throat with super strength and began to crush Harrison's windpipe. As it climbed out of his sarcophagus, it began to wrap up Harrison with its old bandages, pulling them and unraveling them off his body. Beginning with his head, the bandages going around so tight that his head began to split open.
Help, no! He's wrapping me! He's wrapping me alive! Someone fucking do something! Get this thing off of me!
Harrison began choking and kicking his legs wildly. The others were frozen in disbelief on what they were witnessing.
Harrison! My God, God, he's turning him into a mummy while he's still breathing. This isn't fucking possible.
He must feed. Otherwise, his resurrection is not complete. He needs to become whole again. He will use the organs to put into himself.
You awaken me. You shall serve me.
Omar dropped his torch on the ground and began to back away, and Dr. Cartwright followed. The tomb became a slaughterhouse. One by one, the crew fell, wrapped in linen, embalmed in agony, their screams echoing off ancient walls.
Come on, where's the goddamn exit? It's got to be around here somewhere. Fuck!
You should have listened. The curse. Now you have sealed both our dooms.
Just then, Omar felt immense pain in his back. The mummy had ran a brain hook through his back, lifting him off the ground. He was hiding in the shadows when he grabbed him. Omar began thrashing about. Then he felt a rip slicing down his back. He was in immense pain. The mummy pulled the hook out, then faced him as he shoved the brain hook deep up his nasal cavity. He turned the hook, twisting it backwards and forward, until bones cracked, and he pulled out Omar's brain through his nose. Blood was gushing out of the man's face as it soaked the dusty bandages. He then began to pull out his intestines and internal organs and placing them in ancient jars.
No, curses aren't real.
Dr. Abby Cartwright was the only one to escape. For months, she hid in Cairo, claiming sunstroke, memory loss. But she never really slept again. She heard whispers in the dark, the smell of old decaying earth.
What is that noise? Hello, is somebody there? My arms, I can't move. What is this? No, it can't be you.
You opened the door. You disturbed my slumber. You entered my tomb.
No, please, someone help.
Life for death. Flesh for eternity. I am Mum-Rah, the ever-living.
Dr. Abby Cartwright was found dead in her room, wrapped from head to toe in linen. Her organs removed, she was a mummified corpse. No one knows how. Some whispered about an ancient curse, the wrath of Mum-Rah, the ever-living. Some think she was kidnapped and her organs were sold on the black market or on the dark web to the highest bidder.
But deep in the desert, Mum-Rah waits in his tomb for the next unsuspecting victim to discover his legacy, his hunger, his curse. It will be the discovery of a lifetime for another archaeologist to uncover the secrets buried deep within the desert sands of time.
The ever-living. living.
We've wandered deep enough for now. The shadows are closing in. Myself and my brothers, the bringers of darkness, retreat to our lair. But do not be deceived. Our hunger is never sated. Your fear, your suffering, your screams, they will linger with us until we return. But know this, you cannot hide. We will hunt you down. We will find you. And when the abyss calls again, it will already be too late. We're already closer than you think. You can run, but the shadows run faster. Next time, we take more than your fear. The abyss never lets go. Until then, this has been Into the Abyss, Morbid Morsals podcast. Sleep if you dare.
Into the Abyss Morbid Morsals podcast has been a Darkshogun production in association with Twisted Souls Media. Hi, I'm Troy Bursch, creator and producer of this horrific show. Please like, subscribe, download, and be sure to hit the notification bell. That way you'll get a heads up every time a new episode drops. Dare to listen. But beware, every story pulls you deeper into the dark. Hello, my friends. Since your suffering and pain are so enjoyable, be sure to check out my Linktree. linktree.ee/into-the-abyss-podcast. There you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, Threads, and X. Listen to the show on your favorite podcast platforms. Listen to DJ Trill Am and We Are Legion for the dope music tracks that'll keep your heads nodding. Support the show. Please consider leaving me a 5-star rating and review wherever you can. It really helps get the show in front of more listeners who enjoy short horror story podcasts. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Drop me a comment or question on Spotify's Q&A feature. I'll definitely respond. Help the show grow. Thanks again for listening and downloading. Please share the show with friends, family, or anyone who loves horror. Word of mouth is the only way we can grow. And remember, if you don't, I'll be seeing you soon in your darkest nightmares.
The Void by DJ Trillim.